guys, welcome to A Powerful Rise. This is part two. I'm Cherie,
And I'm Shelby.
my wife Shelby. And like we said on the first part, that our neighbor is next door in their carnival area, and they're on their rides playing. So let them be free and have a good time. So if you hear the background noise of a big, huge ride going and a little girl having a blast, that's what it is.
I have to turn the baby monitors back on. Sorry.
All right.
Go ahead and pick your
All right. So
Wait,
was I the last one, or you were the
I
last
was the
one?
last one.
So you pick one and read it for me.
All right, let me. Oh no.
Yay.
Oh no. Baby monitor is going on. I read it for you, right?
It's on.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want your kids to have that you didn't?
Wow. Um, my children. I want them to have everything. I want them to have self-esteem. I want them to feel empowered that they are capable of accomplishing anything. I want them to have the support dynamic of us being healthy parents, and listening to them and hearing them. I want them to have a happy life with everything they could possibly even gather and fathom. And I don't want them to have to survive their childhood. And I want to try to do as little damage to them as I possibly can.
Right?
That would be great.
Give me a lighthearted one.
All right. Shelby, what is the hardest challenge you have had to face?
Hardest challenge I've had to face. I don't know. I think the hardest challenge I've had to face. I want to say it's hard because I want to say my sobriety, right? Because it was hard to get sober, like, and stay sober. But then once I did it, like this time around, it was easy. So it's hard. Like that was a huge thing in my life. It was massive. That's what completely changed my life. And in the beginning, like when I was first trying to get sober, I didn't want to. I didn't want to get sober. I think everyone in my life had found out really what was going on with me, and I think that I originally just went to rehab to make everybody else happy. I don't think I was done. And so then I kept going and going and going after each time, and it was hard, and I was hurting myself worse, and then relationships are getting bad, and so that was hard. But then once I actually did it, I really wanted to do it this time. I really wanted it, and then it was easy.
So what's your other challenge then?
I want to say, all right, let's get deep. I feel that it has been challenging not having my biological mom in my life and trying to kind of make it seem like it's okay. Like it's okay, that's just where we're at right now, or it's okay, they feel how they feel, I feel how I feel. It's okay, but when deep inside, and like I cry because why do I want that mom so bad? Why? So, I think that's a challenge, and I think that I get through it, and I'm like not focusing on it, and everything's great, and then there's just that's a challenge, is pretending like everything's okay when I still have feelings on it.
It's your platform, babe.
I think that's it though. I think that's
You can talk.
I think that I've gone since I've gotten sober. There are people that have crossed paths with me, and I've kind of put them into a mother role because I am searching for it still, even though, and I just realized that, and I'm still searching for it, and I think that's a challenge, trying to act like I don't care, or that everything it's fine, it's okay the way it is, and it's challenging on my heart. Yeah, go.
Next one.
Why do I always get these? Let's give her a hard one. She got easy. I want this one right here. Oh, this is a good one. If you could talk to your younger self, what would you say?
Wow.
We do that sometimes.
If I could talk to my younger self, I probably would tell her, believe in yourself no matter what. Don't believe the lies that people tell you. Growing up, my mother, she was always disappointed in my school grades, and she always told me, you're nothing. You're stupid. You're not going to amount to anything. And you're just like your father. And I wasn't really good. I was dyslexic, so I wasn't really good in school, where I had a sibling who could just not crack a book and ace every test. And it's almost like my older sibling was like this perfect ideal of what a daughter should be. And for me, my mom was always telling me that I was fat, nobody was going to love me, and that I was stupid, and if I didn't have a college degree, I would never have a career that would be lucrative, or, basically she told me if I didn't work for the company she worked for, I was an idiot, and I would never be anything. And just knowing that, sometimes when your parents are telling you something, or they're saying something, they're operating out of fear. Obviously, I'm very grateful for my mother saying those things, because I was just enough of a little shit to accept her challenge to prove her wrong. And I proved her wrong. And I don't know if I would have tried so hard proving her wrong if she hadn't have been the mom she was. But I think somewhere down the line, I would probably tell that younger self that don't believe what you've been told, because I've struggled a lot in my life thinking that I was an idiot, and if a relationship ended, or somebody broke up with me, or things didn't work out, I would sit there and hear my mom's voice in my head. And there's just so many things I would just don't believe. Just trust your gut and move through and be somebody different.
I love it.
Yeah. Wow. That's real. Okay. Shelby, what wild animal do you admire and why?
I got the right one. Wild animal. I think I am going to go with a lion. And why is because they are fierce. I feel as though they look like they stand tall and proud of who they are and can handle their own. And I think that's all that I'm reaching to become, or in some ways I have become. But I think that's what I would choose.
You've become it, love. Yeah, you're pretty fierce.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Somebody had to be able to tame me. What do you mean?
Right. Okay. What makes you angry?
Oh, what makes me angry?
Being cold. Oh no, just kidding.
Yeah, being cold, snow, freezing.
No, okay, for real.
What makes me angry? Uh, Human behavior sometimes makes me angry. It makes me angry. I think, like, if I were to think of a trait, it would be that person that is toxic. Like that one that has to go to everybody and be like, let me plant a seed. You shouldn't like that person. And I'm going to tell you why. And they're subtle about it. They're like manipulators. They're, yeah, that's what makes me
Manipulators.
angry is manipulators. People that try to manipulate a whole bunch of people um, so that they can feel right somehow. Or, yeah, or just kind of subtly just be like talking about a person and trying to not see the good in people and constantly just, and I know it's a human behavior because obviously the manipulator who doesn't feel good about themselves inside is doing this or pointing out everything wrong with somebody else. But yeah, I think manipulators who plant seeds to tear down somebody else and talk poorly of them because they're afraid to stand up and become somebody better or try to do the work inside to produce some love inside of them for other people and empathy um, make me angry. Yeah,
I think that's a good answer.
that's a huge analogy of me. Yeah, so you guys, there you go. That makes me angry. Mean people suck.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
It's hard.
yeah. If your dad was here, what would you say to him?
Oh. If my biological dad was here right now and he was in the like mindset and state that he was in before he had died, I would tell him to hold on. Just hold on because it's about to get good. There were many times when I wasn't sober that I wanted to die and I wanted to kill myself and I asked God just to take me out. Like I did. I was ready to be done. And now I wake up every morning and I thank God that I'm alive because life is damn good.
Right.
You know, if he would have just held on, he has amazing grandsons and granddaughters, and you know, there's so much stuff that he was going to get to witness. Yeah, I think that's huge. I would have told him I would be telling him just to hang on, and that I loved him, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
it would have been cool to meet him. Yeah.
It would have.
Next.
If my, wait, okay. If my parents were here, what would you say to them?
My parents?
That's not what the question says.
What does it say?
If my parents were here, what would you say to them?
So that's it. If my parents were here, what would you say to them?
I'm asking you, baby.
Oh, if your parents were here?
You just asked me a question. It's your turn. If my parents were here, what would you say to them? That's the question.
Which ones?
You choose. You told me to choose or do it however I want. It's up to you.
Oh, God. If your mom and stepdad were here, I probably would ask them, why? Why? Why didn't they want to meet me? And why would they have not wanted to be part of this? There's 3 beautiful children. Stevie Nicks, Grayson Jax, and Kane Christopher are absolutely fantastic human beings. And they're magical. And I would ask why. and I probably would ask them why they would allow so many hurtful, ugly things to be said about us on social media or through siblings or vice versa. Why would you allow that? Um, it's so hurtful and it's awful. And yeah, and why would you not even just come up and say hi or do something? Like, you know? Yeah. Just why? That's my question. And as for who else? Your stepmom?
Well, it's his parents, so my
And your dad?
stepmom and my dad.
Your dad, I would have been like,
Nice to
what's
meet
up?
you.
What's going on? Your stepmom, I would just say, I love you. You're an incredible human being. And thank you is probably what I would say to your stepmom. She's a beautiful individual, but I've had the opportunity to meet her. So that's different. So moving right along.
You got a good one.
Where
that
these
time.
questions freaking come from? What the heck? Let's see here.
Please be lighthearted. Please be lighthearted.
What mistakes have you made that you wish you never... Oh, wait. What mistakes have you made that you wish you handled different?
Handle like I made the mistake and then how I handled it. I don't know.
I probably should have gotten that one. Want to save that for me? No.
I mean, I've made mistakes in life for sure, but how I handled them is kind of what got me here. I mean, I don't know. I, I don't know. I think there's certain things that I did when I was not sober, and it's not necessarily how I handled them. It's more of like I didn't handle them. You know, I mean, I was not well, and then I moved away. So there's certain things that I didn't handle. You know,
So a lack of handling
lack
is...
of handling it.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't do well at a job in the past, and that, you know, basically I left, and that's that lack of handling it. Could have done something wrong. I've hurt an ex extremely bad, and then I was just gone. So lack of handling, probably many things.
Well, these are uncomfortable.
That's what's coming up to. It's my turn. That's what's coming up to the top of my head.
Yeah. Are we going to have to do a part 3?
There's a lot of questions. I don't know how much time we have on here. So what? Oh, sorry. What grades did you get in school, babe?
Ew.
That's what it says.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, we moved. Okay, so early on, you know, I actually prior to, I think it was like 4th grade, we moved when I was in 5th grade. I got really good grades. I knew my times tables. I was excelling, blah, blah, blah. And then we transitioned into a move. And my mom, I had a dog, a German Shepherd that was amazing. And my mom, like, gave my childhood dog up. And I was devastated. I felt like that was the only family member that cared about me.
Sorry.
And so then I went through grade school. And I think I got my first D in 5th grade. And I couldn't pay attention, you know, good Lord, oh, what a shit show, like, yeah, like, high school going on, you guys, like, At the age of 18, I could write my own notes and ditch school. I ditched. I barely even went to class, I think my senior year. I graduated by the skin of my teeth. Um, and boy, did I have the most amazing friends in high school. I went to Torrance High. I graduated in 1989, and school was my sanctuary of my people who cared about me and loved me. I was openly gay in high school. I was very supported. I had, I was popular in school. There was a lot of love flowing through school, and it probably is what kept me alive because my family life was not well. And if I didn't have all my friends in school, I don't know where I would have been. But yeah, I barely graduated. And then, I was an EMT at the age of 18 and graduated at the top of my class, which was a very difficult course to take. And I did mountain rescue and all these different things. And that proved, I think I was top 3 in my class, which some dumb girl getting D's and F's shouldn't have gotten straight A's excelling, but I guess I found an interest.
And that's it.
Yeah. Or, I was probably pissed off at my mom calling me stupid for my whole entire life that I just didn't care until I found something I cared about.
That's probably it.
That's probably a rebellious side. But I didn't get really good grades, but I am smart.
You are smart.
Yeah, I'm very intelligent.
You have a
Yeah.
very interesting mind.
Although I can't spell very well. Yeah.
Nor can I, so we're both kind of
Freaking-
screwed.
Oh my God. Spell check. You're amazing. Yeah. Okay. Next.
Totally.
That was a fun one. Let them all know. Yeah. My mom probably was partially right on my grades. What qualities do you bring to your relationship?
Oh! I bring many qualities. Many. I bring out the fun in us.
Yes.
I bring out the softness. I do it all. What are you talking about?
Just okay. Here's a little tidbit, you guys. For me, I've been on my own at a very young age. I've had to do for myself. I didn't have a family that I could go back when I was failing and turn around and be like, "Can you save me?" Actually, no. Like my sister helped me quite a bit when I was younger, like throughout my 20s and different things when I was, making a whole lot of really bad choices. And then, but as of 13 years ago, I've had no family to lean on, so you got to kind of survive through that. And with Shelby, I've never had to ask permission. I always made very good money. I always worked for big companies, and I did my own. I have never asked permission to spend money because I was always like, it's my money. I make it, and I always paid for all these things. And with Shelby, she restricts me. I call her to ask her permission to spend money. I have to call her to get approvals, to buy supplies, materials, because she is the chief financial,
I bring CFO, but I bring balance. Like, I keep us balanced in a way that we can run our business properly and we can have fun like Cherie likes to. Which
Yeah.
there's moments where you get out and you get going and you don't tell me till you get home. But for the most part, you're in communication with me because I do balance out the checkbook.
Remember when I called you and I'm like, oh, there's this really cute couch. We got to buy it. We could put it in.
We already had the new couch.
I'm like, they were selling this custom couch and it was gorgeous, but we already had a brand new couch. And I was like, I could buy it. They're selling it for very inexpensive, this and that. And you were just like, for what? I think I had a tantrum in the store when she told me no, that I couldn't buy it.
And you said, yeah, and it wasn't even going to go into our other house. And you were like, we could just leave it at Trisha's and then she can have a new couch. And I'm like, why? Like,
Right?
yeah, you did throw a tantrum. But, so I think that is one of the good qualities is I do bring us balance.
When I met Shelby, I had prior to that, like probably 2 years prior to Shelby, I had a really bad breakup, and that individual went to go and I pretty much dismantle a business that was a construction company that I was starting and doing, and so when I met Shelby, I had just got through losing everything down to where I'd lived for 7.5 years. I no longer lived, and one of my clients had an empty home, and she was like, well, if you have to move and you don't know where you're going, why don't you go to my empty house that's up here and you can stay there and fix it up, and I won't even charge you any rent. I won't even. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. But I was also very devastated because it was a very hard breakup and there was a lot of loss in that, and it was hard to overcome. And so I moved there and I lived there, and so I had pulled this kitchen out of this house and I was redoing the kitchen and everything. And when I met Shelby, I was in the midst of that and then doing a roof job, and she came and worked for me and whatnot, and my company was just struggling and just trying to work. So I was broke ass. What?
It's funny to think where you were and how our beginning was to where we are now.
Yeah.
We were doing dishes in the garage.
Yeah.
We were making dinner on a plywood in the kitchen because we didn't have the countertops yet.
Yeah.
Barbecuing outside because we didn't have any appliances yet.
Cooking outside.
Yeah.
We were kind of camping,
Yeah.
and then we put that kitchen together, and that was nice. And then shortly after that, we moved into our first house that we lived to and rented in Orange.
Or for 2 years, yeah.
A lot of people have this idea of me and Shelby of, like she got together with me and we got married and I was wealthy and had all this money, and it's so far from the truth.
You got your license when we were together. You know what I mean?
She helped me study for my general contracting license because, of course, Mom thought I was stupid and couldn't pass that test. So I had paid for that test many years prior, but I was afraid to take it because I didn't want my mom to be right. That voice you still hear from your past, and yep, Shelby pushed me through that one. Our beginning was pretty funny.
It was funny.
Yeah. But we built this together. Yeah. So, next.
That's awesome. It's a good one. What behavior do you find dangerous to a relationship?
Is that mine? Oh, we're going to have to pause here, you guys, because, well,
Baby Kane's up.
Baby Kane just woke up. His monitor went off. We got to go in. So, stay tuned, I guess, for part 3. We'll see you guys later.